of not knowing anything about minyak except for petrol and minyak masak. Assalamualaikum, hi, my name is Siti Suhailah Madi. I am a training consultant, a business strategist and a coach. Okay, you know, back in school when teachers normally were to ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always had this envision that I have always wanted to be a businesswoman. I wasn't born in a wealthy family lah, I would say. So lepas habis diploma, I didn't have enough money to continue for university. I knew back then that the only thing that I could do was to get a job. So my first job was actually in telemarketing, and I was selling training conferences over the phone, doing cold calling to overseas companies. And my core was in oil and gas. So that was how I landed myself in the oil and gas industry. It was basically an on-job training of not knowing anything about minyak except for petrol and minyak masak. That was the only thing that I know about oil. But during that course of learning over the phone, you know, there's a saying, when you can sell, if anyone can sell over the phone, you can sell almost anything. It's actually quite true, because that is the hardest form of sales, I believe, for myself lah. So throughout that 5 years of doing that business development job, doing telemarketing for the oil and gas, that's where I developed that interest in the oil and gas industry. In 2014, I had only $800 in my bank account. With the determination to want to get into business, I opened and incorporated Global Petrol Solutions Private Limited. So since then, now is 2020, we have expanded to the Malaysia. We have Global Petrol Solutions in Berhad, and we have also expanded further, not only in the oil and gas industry but also in other industries as well, finance, pharmaceutical, and so on and so forth. All businesses, you will face ups and downs. You will face struggles. You will face challenges along the way. My personal experience when it comes to oil and gas industry was back in 2018 when the market dipped. The clients that I knew back then, they got retrenched, and then training budgets were slashed almost 70%. So companies like myself, alongside other boutique companies, were badly affected. We were almost, that particular year, it was almost zero. It was totally zero income for us. So at that point in time, I told myself, look, Suhailah, you have only two choices. It's either you go back to work, just sit down 9 to 5, balik and just, you know, or you diversify and do something about it. I think it was more of me searching for myself also. It was me looking for what exactly do I want to do. I invested that particular year to do self-discovery. I make sure I read a lot of books. I go for motivational talks. I meet new people, share ideas, explore opportunities, and at the same time, I was searching for something that is missing in me, and that was my spiritual. God was closer to me to a certain extent. It was more of doing a redirection. Macam probably at that point in time, I knew I was very far from Allah. I was very far from my humbled self. Bila business tu naik, kita makin jauh dengan orang yang kita sayang, especially dengan Tuhan lah. That 2018, when the market crashed, when the business failed, when everything was down the drain, it was a hard lesson for me to tell myself that it's a redirection, it's a detour. Allah nak detour you. Allah wants you to know that He's closer to me, and I need to get back on the right path. I've decided, okay, I have to diversify. I have to come up with something. I have to look for other opportunities. I somehow landed myself into wanting to empower women. I mean, being in oil and gas, where it's a man's world, you know. Every single day you meet expats, you meet people of the C-levels. You have to know how to position yourself, especially me as a woman being in that scene. So I always feel that women in the oil and gas industry deserve similar treatment. That was like a burning spark for me to develop Empowerment Network Singapore back in 2019, together with Sister Zarina, right? The two of us sat together, shared the same vision and mission of wanting to empower women and children at the same time. So to date, we have about 750 members whom we have helped to discover their potential and of course to get them closer to the religion. In Empowerment Network Singapore, we have this gathering called Sisterhood Gathering. This is, for me, would be the biggest achievement so far, because from there, that's how Empowerment Network got expanded further to what it is now. What am I looking forward to this year? Basically, we have reached our first anniversary for Empowerment Network Singapore. So we are gathering all these members to join together to celebrate the anniversary with a series of programs lined up for the rest of the year. For Global Petrol Solutions, Alhamdulillah, we have diversified and we have not only established the training and consultancy firm, we are also going into events management and also business strategies networking. Words of wisdom. Number one, failure is not the end road to life. If you know that you think you have failed, don't be so upset. Just take it as it's just a phase, a milestone in life. Everyone will go through it. So take it easy, stop, reset, reflect, and then reconnect back the link that is missing. Okay. Second is always be humble and never be afraid to ask for help. Number three, jaga hubungan dengan Allah, because when you maintain your relationship with God, insyaAllah Allah will take care of you. Number four, when it comes to businesses, make sure that you must be liquid. What I mean by liquid is when circumstances requires you to maneuver or to detour, you must make sure that you could do that. You should be liquid enough to detour. Okay, and never be stuck with a fixed mindset. And then number four, to live is to learn. I believe that learning is a journey, is a continuous journey. There's no such thing as I dah tua, I don't want to learn. Enjoy learning, okay? Celebrate, because you have to learn to celebrate every little milestone that you have, even daily. You know, you have to give yourself something to reward yourself for the goals or the checklist that you have done.